Hey, this is Red Band coming to you live from Death Squad Studios here at the Pasadena Ice House for a new episode of Pointless. Here's your host, Kevin Rose.
Close, but not quite a cigar. Hello there, boys, girls, and in-betweeners. Welcome to Pointless Podcast number 7, 8, 9, 8.
I think it's 8.
We'll round it up. Pointless 10. With me today, very surprise special guest, Dr. Joe Rogan is here.
Powerful Kevin Pereira, thank you for having me on. I was next door eating, and I was dragged to this extravaganza. I could not be more fortunate.
By the scalp, kicking and screaming, your fingernails digging into the cement. We had to drag you here.
So fortunate.
Joe Rogan,
here.
by the way, is brought to you today by Onnit.com.
Yeah, I'm brought to you by Onnit.com.
Do you want to? No, you don't want to do a little thing?
Is it on this podcast? Is that what it is?
know.
You guys are sponsored. Go get yourself some kettlebells, son. Get manly. Get all swole. You know what I'm saying? Lift heavy shit around. Throw it around.
And look up
Use
nootropics. Go on over there.
force.
Check them out.
Get yourself some new mood to put your dome together, bitches. Okay? Put your serotonin levels in order.
Why did I put a quarter in the plug machine?
Get
Why did I do it? I
yourself
shouldn't have wound it up.
some alpha brain.
Son of a bitch. 45 minutes later, cue the intro again.
For your mind,
Joe
son.
Rogan is here. He sells the
Kevin
best stuff
Pereira.
because he is the best.
All
And
up in
joining me
this bitch.
today, a woman who entered my life years and years and years ago, and then just recently entered my life on The Point, a show that's over on the Young Turks YouTube channel. Go check them out. She is a slashy in more ways than one. She is an adult superstar. She is a nurse. She is a director. She is an educator. She is a classy dame. She is polyamorous. She is looking right through me because my girlfriend is also in the studio, and she is thinking 1,000 nasty thoughts about her. Ladies and gentlemen, Nina Hartley is here!
Hey, everybody, good to be here. Yay, the fun room full of people.
You got it.
And I like that we get to see how we can make Kevin uncomfortable.
Oh,
It's impossible. You don't even know what you're talking about.
If you look in my general direction, the anxiety it oozes out of my pores.
You know what? I was just thinking about this on the way over, about the difference between being, fucking at 23 and fucking at 53. And at 23, I wanted to be as cool as I am now. I wanted to be as calm and comfortable and with it and skilled and totally hot. And at the time, I was a terrified, stiff piece of wood, and it would take forever to relax. I was a bad fuck at 23.
Whoa.
In my mind, I was awesome.
Right.
But in real life, geez.
How old were you when you first started doing porn?
25.
Okay, so I disagree with you. I don't believe you were a bad fuck. I think you're being hypercritical.
I think
I'm talking
what
about
you're
in
doing was
person.
outstanding work.
No, in person.
Well, then you were with the wrong dude.
Well, you know what?
Dude who saw you do that
I see that now. But at 23, you're fucking stupid.
wasn't your fault. I disagree. I don't think you're stupid. I think you're a prodigy. I think you're ahead of your time.
Oh.
Couldn't agree more. And bring us back to that time, because when you started, you were in college.
Yes.
And you originally got a job stripping to help pay. Was it to help pay for school?
Actually,
was it
to
payback
help-
for an uncle?
No, it was to help pay for school and to get some pussy.
Oh, shit, son.
Guess what? I have news flash. Strip clubs are full. Get this? Naked chicks.
Get out of here.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Now, how much did you have to pay to get him to touch you in the back room?
No, well,
It's not about
this was
paying.
San
Just
Francisco,
for
and so
me,
you could
bro.
do live girl sex on stage. I was fisting on stage.
Oh!
Strap on.
Was this the Mitchell Brothers? Was this the
Yes,
Mitchell Brothers?
baby.
Yeah, it was the Mitchell Brothers. Of course
So
it was.
you'd
So
be
it's-
sitting as close as you are to that table, and there'd be girl parts right in front. All you could not touch. You had to stay a tongue distance away or more. But
tongue.
you could be as close as I am to this mic and watch it for real. It was heaven. And then I would go home. I didn't have to date them. I didn't have to have dinner and hear about their day. It's like, hey, do you want company on stage later? Yeah, come up, second song, my second set. Cool, catch you later. Fucking awesome.
Does San Francisco have different laws for that?
Yes, you could have live gay male sex and live lesbian
Whoa!
sex, but you could not have live boy girl, which I would
What?
have done. I love live boy
Why? Was
girl
it
sex.
classified as a performance art or something like that? Like, how did they get
That's
away with it?
classified as prostitution.
Why? How come it's
nothing-
not gay prostitution? If gay dudes can bang.
San Francisco, yeah.
You don't wanna catch the
I was
preachers on
banging,
two charges.
Rude.
I was banging girls. I was doing dildo shows. It was
Oh,
fucking
Jesus.
awesome. It was as fun as and I've been dreaming of it for years. It was as fun as I thought it would be.
So what's it's...
Naked chick,
You
don't
sound-
have to date them.
It reminds me of my niece in Toontown running around going, "There's Roger Rabbit's house. There's naked pussy being fisted."
Is that the
Yeah.
problem with being a power lesbian? Is it like you have to date them? just deal with their nonsense.
Well, no, but I don't believe in find him, feel him, fuck him, and forget him. I wanted to find a world where I could say, this is what I'm offering. If you want the best ride of your life for the next 90 minutes, I am your person. And if you don't, cool.
And you were offering this at 23 to 25? Or this?
Yeah, but that's why I was a stripper, because that's the place you do it. Because the girls came to you. You didn't have to go to them. They all came to a central place like the watering hole. Mm-hmm. And there are always 2 or 3 a week every week that I knew were open to that particular offer. Some of the women were straight. Some of them were straight. Never asked them. And there were about 3 like, you know what? Yeah, one per week would go. Sure, absolutely.
Did you just have predator vision where you just saw heat signatures of women as they came closer to the stage and you're analyzing them and you're like, all right, I sized her up, I'm going for her, like that? Because that's a very traditionally masculine male way to approach looking at women.
That is why that's why I'm an ace pornographer, because I love women like a lesbian, and I love to do them like a dude.
By the way, that's a strange comment. I'm an ace pornographer. You have to be over 40 to say that, first of all, and you have to be very confident. Ace pornographer?
An ace pornographer?
Who says I'm an ace
I consider myself an ace pornographer.
Like,
dude, if you looked at my old,
You're delusional.
my old
This woman has
razors,
a million fucking videos out
look
there.
Look at all my shitty razor video quality videos that I have on all my old phones, and you'll be like, shit, yeah, I would say, yeah, you've done a lot with video.
With what you got.
There you go. There you go.
You make a lot with what you got.
The secret behind every successful movie is one person's hard on.
Right.
Well, so
That definitely helps.
I want to get to the point before where you may have considered yourself the ace pornographers. How do you go from prowling on women at the strip clubs to getting the first film offer? Is it a dude that comes in with a long cigar and a general's uniform and he says,
Like
we're
a
going to put you in the
Boston
pictures?
song?
Yeah.
Oh no! You know what? I discovered Playboy at junior high and liked the pretty ladies, certainly. And that was back, but they were barely showing hair there, no lip or anything, a couple of tufts of hair and still very demure. But the women were really curvy. None of the skinny ones they have now are just real like Bobby Benton.
Yeah, the bombshells, the pinup model type, actual dimensions.
And then and this was Berkeley, California in the 1970s, and all hell was breaking loose and shit was hanging out, and there was a used bookstore, and it had an erotica section, and I discovered the printed dirty story, and I started getting into Victorian pornography, and then I started babysitting for this swinging 70s couple that had a waterbed and a little smut collection by the bed, and so they'd go out and do their whatever it is swinging couples did in mid-1970s, and I would read the porn and do what one does when one reads porn. And then,
did they ever try to involve you when they came back from a night of babysitting?
No. They were not pervs. They were just swinging. They were just swingers.
All right, in my head, that story's going in the other path. I'm sorry, but we'll continue.
Oh no! I had a play. I never dreamt of him. I always dreamt of them. I never married Ken and Barbie. I had Barbie orgies. It just never occurred to me that I would have to pick one. And I suck at monogamy. I suck.
Well,
at monogamy.
so from an early age, fascinated by it. Then,
certainly.
Then
and liking it, right? I mean, this is really fun. Oh my gosh! And then I saw my first movie and was just hit between the eyes, and I snuck into a theater. I was still in high school. I was wearing overalls, a flannel shirt, granny glasses, Birkin. I mean, this is full on crunchy granola. And I had read the book. I wanted to see the movie. And
what was this movie? What?
Autobiography of a Flea, which is a fabulous overwrought piece of Victorian purple prose as ever there was, and it was and I was just struck and realized that's what I want to do. I want sexist performance. I like for some reason I like having sex with a relationship. I don't need it.
Right.
And sex performance is the perfect place for it, because that's the place for it. I don't go to bars and pick up strangers. I control it, and because I have a message about sex, and porn is a great way to do it. And I got all this sex. I didn't have to date anybody. It was awesome. I got to deliver my message, and I got to get my exhibitionistic yah-yahs out, and I got to get my voyeuristic yah-yahs out, because I love group sex. It's like, you see me in any of the orgies, I'm just like beaming from ear to ear, because I can't believe I'm like in a room full of naked people fucking.
So this seed was planted when from a very early age, then you're I love you dressed up at a theater, dressed like Medea, snuck into an adult theater.
No, I was just wearing overalls, Big Mac squareback, Union made.
So you've never had any weird feelings about pornography, like the culturally acceptable vision of it is that it's unfortunate and that it's just an aspect of the internet that's very seedy and and that the women who do it are all damaged, and they're not truly enjoying their sexuality. It's all a show. Well, does that piss you off when you hear like that sort of
it pisses me
blanket?
off. It pisses me off. It's like saying all Catholics are child molesters, all Christians are uptight, hypocrites. We're all in the same business. You have to understand that porn is legal. Porn's been legal 40 years. And a lot's changed, certainly the internet. But before then, back in the day when I started, it was still, analog and, VH. I came in the beginning as VHS.
Oh,
that's when I first came to. It was on VHS as well.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
It was on my phone. It was really, and it was rocking with Seika.
So don't forget that porn is a subset of the entertainment business of which you are both a part. So you understand how it's the ass end of a seedy business. Mm-hmm. And because our culture does not support artists really looking at sex, it is left to criminals, and back in the old days, and then some rebels in the mid days, and now guys selling widgets in the modern days. And it's been good for some people, it's bad for some people, and a lot of how you feel about sex will determine your experience here in porn. So
Sure.
if you have accepted society's view of women who are sexual as damaged or sluts or not worthy, or if you're using this to harm yourself the way that other people use other things to harm themselves. So an act can be one of self-harm or self-lifting. So for me, porn was exactly the place to be. A semi-regulated place where you go to have sex. That's why we're here. I like it. And
It's
so
got to be perplexing, though, to you as an intelligent person, which you obviously are, that there's this business where it's representing what everyone is interested. Everyone is interested in having sex. They're constantly pursuing it. They use it to sell products.
Yeah.
They use it to promote things. Everywhere you go, there's sex, sex, sex. But, however, if you actually engage in sex on camera, you're fucking broken.
Right.
There's something wrong with
Right.
you. Even though it's a multi-billion-dollar business, even with the internet gutting it, taking the foundation out of it.
It's a lot smaller, but it'll always be here. People love to look at other people having sex. That's the human thing. That is never going away.
Right.
It's just never going away.
How big
So-
is it now without the internet? What's the numbers?
Oh, golly.
Because it used to be giganti. It used to be bigger than all
the
of
sports.
ABC,
Yeah, no,
CBS, the NHL,
just
the
talking
NFL, all that combined.
Yeah, it was just your collection,
It's
too.
really hard to
just
figure
my
out the
house.
numbers, but certainly I'd say in the low to mid single digit billions.
And isn't it crazy that vanished? Like 90% of it vanished because of the internet. You never heard a word about that.
No,
But
we could go on about the business end of it, but I knew that I was different than most people, and that I was coming into it for a different reason. But I looked good, and I was good enough for porn. I was pretty enough for porn, and I happened to like things. So when it worked for me because I am exhibitionistic. I do dig chicks. I do like having group sex. I do like all the stuff that you see me do. So I'm not being degraded. I'm
Right.
having the time of my life. Now, if I believe that those things were bad, but I felt I had to do it to get money, yeah, life would suck pretty fucking
Sure.
bad. It would suck some donkey dick.
Well,
totally.
But over the years, I mean, what do you think the percentage and or ratio is of people that you've encountered and work with who fit the not necessarily the mold, but who fit the perception that we're getting from you versus the one that Joe throws out?
The general, it always ends up like this. 20% of people are born for porn, love it, good for them, excellent. 20% of people should have stayed home, never, worst thing ever happened to them. It ruined their lives. It really was a dark part of their lives. And the other 60% are some kind of
Hybrid.
of that, depending on the day, depending on the relationship, are they single, are they sober.
So what you're trying to say, Nina Hartley, is that you're a fucking OG and you're the real deal.
You know what? I'm finally owning that. Yeah, I am, because
She's a porn ace.
You're a
No,
porn
because-
ace.
porn.
You're an ace
also,
pornographer.
But I'm also a nurse, and in our culture, sexuality is sick, and sick people need a nurse's care. And I
Whoa.
want everyone to have better sex. Look,
It's like some
I
Marvin
cannot,
Gaye type
I
shit right
can't-
there.
I cannot fuck everyone myself. I need your help.
Right, I hear you.
You know, I need you to go out there. So
we
before we
appreciate
go,
that.
before we go, I'm going to teach you a certain technique.
Oh, geez.
And actually, Joe.
Uh-oh.
Scared.
Before Joe goes, I think you need to teach Joe.
No, you know what?
Oh,
Actually,
leave
Joe,
soon.
can I have 5 minutes of your time?
What do you need from me for?
I will need.
Just a good time and a smile,
I will need your body from the wrist to the end of one of your hands.
For what, though?
You'll be fully dressed. It will stay.
Yeah, Mrs. Rogan will not approve of a
No,
lot
okay.
of extraneous
No.
shit.
Will Mrs. Rogan approve of you learning in a completely safe and fully dressed manner a new cunnilingus technique that will rock her world?
I'll fucking do it.
I can probably watch that if you lick Kevin's arm.
No, it's not licking. It's not licking. Okay, I didn't know there was Mrs.
We
Rogan.
have a
I'm
dude
sorry,
here
Mrs.
who's an
No.
employee. You can lick his arm.
Yeah.
as
I'm
well.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Rogan. I did not know you had a
It's
Mrs.
okay.
So forgive me if she is. I did not.
Yeah,
mean to offend
it's
anybody.
weird to see because I have taught you so many sexual things in the
Oh,
studio,
right,
and you've
sure.
never had a single issue with them.
Dude, keep your eyes on the prize.
We will get to the show and tell. But you mentioned that ass end of a CD business for years. You had to do deals with potentially shady folks to even get into that industry. It was run by
Oh
them.
no! I wanted in, and we finally, my first boyfriend, who became my first husband, and I, we finally met up. He thought it was a hot idea, right?
Whoa.
And
That's an unusual dude. He could run into 100 dudes. Find a guy who's into his
so
wife getting fucked.
that's why I thought I was in love. But
Wow.
that's another story. And so we ended up meeting this. We ended up meeting this agent in a McDonald's, and he was so ugh, he just radiated central casting slimy agent. He
Right.
was 5'2". He weighed 120 pounds. He had half of it was
A single black leather couch in the room and nothing else at his desk?
We met at the McDonald's, a giant Jufro, and a Harold Adler. I'll never forget it. And I left the meeting going, well, if I have to deal with people like that, I guess I'm just going to have to be a swinger. Because
Wow.
I was already swinging.
One
And-
douchebag almost killed a whole career.
Right.
But then, luckily, actually, so there was the original MILF, the OG MILF, Juliet Anderson. You might remember her from the Aunt Peg movies, and she was a beautiful,
must have missed those.
a beautiful Finnish American with big blue eyes, and her breasts are just fantastic. And so my boyfriend runs into her at a supermarket, and he recognizes her from the movies, from the Mitchell Brothers Theater, where he went to see her dance, and he got her card. We sent her pictures of me, and she put me in my first movie.
Now, when we talked about dealing with those guys, like the dude at McDonald's, versus today, any woman with a webcam and a desire can put herself out there.
Yeah.
Are we seeing the industry shifting towards a more positive approach, towards a more positive
Open source sluts.
Yeah.
Well,
truly
I
open
love
source.
that. But actually, depending on why someone does a thing, it actually now is open to the entrepreneurial woman. One thing about entertainers, they are competitive, they're aggressive, they're ambitious, and if sex is your thing, sex is my thing. So if I could sing like Adele, I probably would not be doing this. But I can't sing, and I was never drawn to sing. Sex is the only thing I ever wanted to practice enough to get good at.
learn.
Professionally good.
Right.
Professionally good.
That reminds me of a Tom Segura joke. When you say something like sex is your thing, Tommy's like, it's not your thing. That's fucking everybody's thing. He's like, if you take rocks and break them, I make my own sand. Oh, well, that's your thing. It's like, sex is not your thing. Sex is everybody's thing.
Everyone would like to be as okay with their sex thing as I am with my sex thing, and my job is
Well,
to help
yeah,
everyone
even
my job is to help everyone get to be as okay with their bad shit as I am with
Your
my
blog
bad shit.
reads like something that I would have discovered when I was 12 or 13 on the internet and not imagined that this life exists, that women like this exist. You told a tale recently of just going into town and you're like, oh yeah, I know this town and I know the people who fuck here, so let's go have a good time. And
Oh my gosh, Chicago. Oh my gosh. No, that was Washington. I haven't got through Chicago yet. That was like 4 dates in 3 days.
You gotta
It's
pace
fucking
yourself. You
it
need
was
some
awesome.
Gatorade and Dixie
No,
cups.
I had 3 days and I had 4
You'll get through
setups
it.
and I had to do it. Went
3
from
days and 4
went
setups?
It went from the fabulous reunion with my old fabulous lesbian pal from Berkeley days, and then it segued into a hot foursome with my kinky girlfriend from Michigan and an old French swinger couple, but younger than me, and that then segued the next day into a super hot, super kinky 3-chick, 1-dude pegging session. I got to do some righteous strap-on work on a really pretty girl. Fuck.
now, who is this one dude that
And
has
then
this?
on
Wait,
my
hold
last-
on.
and
How
then-
do I
and
get the
then-
gig of the one guy with the 3 girls who gets to visit you when you're in town?
And how do I get the gig of the guy who treats you with antibiotics after it's all over?
Nope.
Can I pee on you?
Nope. And then finally ended up with a nice solo date with an old friend that I get to fuck every 2 years, so it's nice. But no, as he says,
Sounds
I
pretty awesome.
get tested every 2 weeks, and I'm negative all the time. I've been tested for HIV 15 times a year for 12 years. All good.
I just go to that
That's
thrift
awesome.
store and get a free one.
Those free tests are
I have a
useless.
feeling that's not going to come up with the real good
Brian's
stuff. If you got something
personality
swimming
is-
around in you,
Yeah,
a
no, you have to-
7-Eleven
yes,
test
no.
is probably not going to be enough confirmation.
Hardly. So no, there's a way to have all the sex a person wants that one need not be unsanitary while one is being dirty.
Oh.
Like I
beautiful.
see in some of your videos you wear gloves, and some videos you don't wear gloves. What makes
When I'm in charge of the video, I wear gloves, and when other people in charge of the video, they don't like
Whenever
to see
you're
them.
wearing gloves, you can't take it down a notch, please. You don't need gloves.
Yeah, you do.
even just?
When
I
you
mean, we're
fuck
talking
when you
Joe.
fuck as many people, and you know what? I don't care how many times I've been with a girl. It's just polite when you stick something in a female that you know it's clean.
And so gloves are clean.
Yeah,
so.
because did I touch the floor?
Keep
Did I-
it clean and
no,
leave
did I touch?
cap-
Did I touch the
wow.
floor?
That
Did
sounds
I
awful.
scratch my head? Did I touch something?
Wash your hands.
You would rather have a glove or a mitten inside your butt instead of a finger?
Oh yeah, smooth,
Really?
smooth
Oh.
and silky.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
I have to go.
And also, it cuts. No,
For real.
It cuts.
Does it not on time? I didn't
cuts,
like.
It cuts down on potential cross contamination because here you're touchy.
You need to
touch.
live a little. Have you ever been to
I
Myrtle Beach?
didn't
thought of Myrtle
plan
Beach
this,
with
but I
you.
really
You're
do have
going
to
Myrtle
go.
All
Beach.
right.
I'm sorry to
thank
leave
you.
Nina on an important point, but thank you very much.
Joe Rogan.
You're a goddess of porn. You're old
Yay.
school.
And
much
go
love.
show your wife
much
a good
respect.
time.
I'll give her a shot.
I will.
Yay.
I
Give it a
will.
shot.
I will
You
show
know what?
you
I
what she
bet.
shows me later.
I
Thank you,
bet.
Kevin Pereira. Good luck with your show. Kevin, come on my show in the next couple of weeks. We'll pump your show up,
You got it.
and it's.
You know what? I bet
so excited
your
you're
wife's a
doing
lucky
this.
lady.
Fuck the shit out of that bitch.
Yay! Woohoo! Lucky girl.
Joe Rogan.
That's all a girl
Holla.
wants from her guy. That's all a girl wants is
That's
some
it.
righteous boning.
Is that it? Because you thought, the first guy you're with, you thought he was the one. He wanted to watch you get righteously boned, but that That was just young.
Just as two gay guys don't necessarily make a good couple, just because we shared a couple of sexual quirks did not mean we're. But I was so young, I didn't know that might be other people like him out there. I didn't know. I didn't. I had no business being in a relationship. I was absolutely stupid as a stick in mud when it came to relationships. Had no clue. So for me, that's why porn was so good, because it helped me separate sex from emotions. Because sex, how do I touch the body?
How do I separate my girlfriend's emotions from sex? I feel like this is a major issue that I run into with all women. If I could just detach that, the sex would be far more frequent and awesome, I'm sure.
Yes and no. It's important. No.
I wanted to get the first scowl from the peanut gallery. That's the only reason I brought that up. She's already...
Everybody likes to have sex for different reasons, and I find that it gets very problematic. One of the things I liked about being in porn, being in the swing community, and being in the leather community is that we are forced to talk about our values around sexual contact and under what conditions it can take place and whether or not it will be suitable for each other. And so I like being kinky, I like being in porn because I'm forced to say, here's what it is, as opposed to, can I see you next week? Because in real life, if a guy's honest, quote unquote, he gets his face slapped, you pig, you dog. And so he has to do this dance because the culture says to her, you can't just fuck him because you're horny. You have to love him.
Right.
And I can't let you fuck me because we're horny, because that makes you a dog and me a slut. So I have to you have to love me. And then because you feel you want to get laid, you're a young dude. You learn the dance. Fine, this is the dance I have to do to
Right,
get
I
laid.
got to take him to Olive Garden. I got to get the
And-
unlimited
and
soup,
so-
salad,
and
bread
so-
bowl.
And so then later, they say, you lied to me. Well, because you didn't want me to, the truth didn't work for you. So I do urge people to tell the truth. And even if you go home horny and have to masturbate again, is that really any worse than lying to her and then getting in bullshit over that? So for me, also, porn was better than dating because I didn't know how to talk to people about sex. And so being in porn, being kinky, etc., we're required to. And so instead of being, oh my gosh, it's so unromantic, I just need to, before I maneuver this thing, I have to know where we're going. And if I had known in high school that I could have asked a boy, I really am interested in penises and I'd love to give you a hand job, is that okay with you? That he would have gone, cool. But, because...
I literally thought you were asking me right now. I'm
No.
sorry, I zoned out for a
Right.
minute there. And I was like, the answer is yes. I can't raise my
exactly.
hand fast enough.
Right.
But I know what you're saying.
But
Instead
we
of
say
doing this
sex-
delicate
sex-
dance of, do I skirt first base or blah, 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 and then can you say no at second base, or how does that work? Instead of just clearly defining it, laying it out, then everybody knows what they're getting into, what they're going to do, and what they're going to enjoy.
And it's at that age, I was scared of the urgency of a young man's erection and that, because no one ever said, just put your hand on it and squeeze hard and he'll calm right down.
Yeah.
Simple things, simple practical things. And so... But sex, as air quotes around sex, we always think of it, that's what we call in the educational business PIV intercourse, penis in vagina intercourse. Mm-hmm. So when sex is nothing but just PIV, then everything else is lost. But
it needs to be XIV because X is a
I know,
variable because you can
exactly.
put anything you want in a vagina.
As long as it can be covered with a condom.
That's, well,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll
And
give you that.
If it's
Measure
not,
B, right?
If it's not clean enough to go in your mouth, it's not clean enough to go in a pussy. So cover that shit with condoms or wash it with freshly soap and water.
I don't know where my mouth has been, but I know where that pussy's been.
You don't like
Well,
the human touch?
the mouth is a slightly, this mouth and the puss in your delightful, lovely girlfriend is a slightly different thing.
There,
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
How do you feel? We talked briefly about Measure B, condoms and porn.
Ugh.
Pretty crazy that got passed, right?
Crazy,
Crazy
sad, useless, problematic. It's just going to cost the county and city money because it's going to be litigated, and so the taxpayers are going to have to pay for the county side of the litigation. And
People might not be filming porn in LA County if they're concerned that they have to pay for a license.
We're years away from. They are over a year away from being able to figure out how to implement it. It's going to take a year of how do we do this? Yes, they said to do it, but there are several problems with Measure B. One, it's against the First Amendment because it is prior restraint on free speech. So Measure B is because Michael Weinstein does not like the messaging, air quotes, that porn is giving. He wants us to deliver his message. So we cannot be forced, no entertainment medium can be forced to deliver the message of another person.
We have the right
Number
to
two,
bear arms as well.
we have a right to bear arms. Right, yes, exactly so.
Okay.
And then there is how in the hell are we going to enforce it?
Yeah, we're going to
It's
create
just-
a TSA of dudes
there's-
staring at 12-inch black and white CRT televisions
it's just-
trying to
it's
spot
a-
condoms on
it's-
dicks.
It's a disaster. It is poorly written. And you can't take a set of rules and regulations designed for one industry and just move them over to another industry. So the so-called bloodborne pathogen standard of barrier protection is designed for doctors, dentists, nurses, hospital rooms, ER, EMTs. It's designed
Not for sport fucking.
Thank you. Not for sport fucking. And so nowhere in the bloodborne pathogen write-up are the word condoms. So
Right.
actually, condoms are not in the statute, and it's a completely improper statute. So it is not in professional porn in Southern California. It's not condoms versus no condoms. It's testing versus no testing. We have a really good testing system here. We get tested now. Moving to a 2-week standard with the very newest test, the PCR RNA test that can detect HIV in the blood within 10 days. The ELISA test, which is very accurate, 6-month window. So this free swab test you get, you don't want that before you go on a date with somebody because the window that it is telling you, it's telling you that 6 months ago you weren't infected.
Right.
Okay, 3 months ago.
Right.
So you want to go to cutting edge testing in Van Nuys and get 24-hour PCR RNA test.
Well, I'm glad that testing is getting better. I was upset to see that Measure B got passed because I think some people were also in the voting booth looking at the measure and saying voting no feels like I'm saying no to condoms.
Exactly.
Which
It
is
seems
not.
like-
It seems like you are, but that's not what the measure was really about.
It wasn't really about that, and more importantly, it was purely politically motivated. So in the 12 years that we've had testing, 2 cases of HIV transmitted onset. In the same time period in LA County, 30,000 or more cases of HIV. So in terms of AIDS mitigation, our system works really, really well. We're a highly tested population, and I want to ask any of the listeners out here or the viewers, when's the last time, do you know your status? Have you been tested? And so we get tested every 2 to 4 weeks.
But then don't people bring up but hey, isn't there like a super strain of gonorrhea that is like Hulk resistant or something like that was now created and was being spread within the industry, or was that a propaganda leaflet that landed on my front porch?
There is in the world a treatment-resistant gonorrhea. It's not rampant in the business, but it is out there.
Interesting. I know that those two were linked.
Yes,
like
of course,
in a story
of course.
that I read, which
Of
is
course.
like, well,
actually, of course. So here's what, Mr. Kevin. I have something I have to promote that because we're talking about cool sex stuff.
Oh my God, has an hour gone by already?
Almost.
Is that what it is?
It's
All
not
right.
quite there. Not quite there.
Well, okay. Please let's.
oh no.
No, let's
not
get
playing
let's
music.
get to the plugs.
No. So anyways, no. So I after 30 years in the sex business, I still like sex. So clearly I'm onto something. And after 30 years of being sexually active, I am healthy and people aren't mad at me. So I must know something. And I'm now getting back to my swinging roots. And I am now part of a new social media platform called randomscrew.com.
Go on. I mean, I feel like the name tells me what I need to know.
Well, it's a site for all things sexually open, including swinging, and it's the only swinging site I've been a swinger for 30 years, and it's the first time I've been involved in a site promoting swinging, because I going to be hosting parties, and I just want to start creating a world where. Is
this like a sit on my Facebook where you could post a profile of you and your couple and find other couples?
I'm sure that would be part of it, absolutely. Okay. But also
because that sounds great. I need a Cox list. Let's make that social network.
But more importantly, the parties. People think you have to be a swinger to go to a swing party. You just have to be interested in talking about sex to go to a swing party. And at any large party, 20% of the attendees are monogamous couples who want to just go and dress sexy and flirt and not have that be a problem. Not have a fight start, because you're looking at someone's girlfriend and she can go flirt and feel sexy. But
somebody with a lot of skeletons and chain link and wolves around his neck, turn around with his Red Bull or his Rockstar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, bro, you looking at my chick?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so the nice thing about what I love about swinging is that it's a group of people who are open to sex and having a good time with it. Just like high school, you can like some people, not like some people, be attracted to some people, not be attracted to some people, but at least you can go up and say to a person, wow, you look great tonight, and that is a nice thing, it's a positive thing. And more importantly, I love swinging as a woman because it is the anti-bar situation, because in the swing world, everyone gets to say yes or no, but women rule. And so if a woman can speak what it is she wants and set her boundaries, that is what what happens. And if they don't listen, they get to leave. You're not being a bitch,
right.
They're being jerks. And so for women who go out in groups and drink and try to be wild and then bad shit happens, no. Come to a swing party and be wild and get approval for it as opposed to disapproval. No one's going to follow you to your car and go, well, you teasing me in there or something? What the fuck, you slut? No. So swinging is, you don't have to switch partners. You don't have to touch anybody else, but you do get to come and hang out with a bunch of really sexually cool people who are interested in having a good time and get to wear a short skirt and dance and be pretty.
And can I spectate, or do I have to bring a +1 to this madness?
Well, actually, right now,
because I will watch through the blinds. I don't care. I will be outside.
Actually,
in a bush.
But see, what's wonderful about a swing party is there's going to be voyeurs, there's going to be exhibitionists, and we need each other. Right. We need each other, because with a voyeur without an exhibitionist is lonely and lonely, and an exhibitionist without a voyeur is very frustrated. So we feed so you can give good energy at a party.
So can I sign up on this site to get in?
Yes,
get to learn.
It's going to be it's open to women, couples, and single men. Randomscrew.com. Anyone registering between now and New Year's gets to be a charter member for free. Oh, and they'll be hosting regular parties here. But what's great about the Random Screw universe, it's we're going to eventually be a connection of member swing clubs. So if you're a member here, Random Screw LA, but you're going to Stockholm.
Right.
So when we get to have Random Screw Stockholm, you can say, hey,
like an Applebee's gift card is good to eat anywhere.
Absolutely.
So if I'm a member here, I can fuck anywhere. You guys have a franchise.
And we'll say, that will also show that you know what the rules are. You know how to behave yourself. You know how to be not a dick. How to be not a dick.
Yeah. How to use one but not be one.
Ooh, I'm sorry, I didn't think of that. Damn it, Jim.
It's all yours.
Damn it, Jim.
So we'll sign up for Random Screw. Also, Nina.com.
Nina.com.
People can head over there. They can get instructional videos. They can sign up for a member for pictorials and all sorts of madness.
And if you want to go look at me for free on the interwebs in a safe for work situations, if you go to YouTube and do a search for Tuesdays with Nina, a bunch of teaching Q&A clips I did for a pay site have migrated now onto YouTube, and so I'm fully dressed, I'm in my living room, and so you can something you can show people. There are 100 different clips about 100 different topics, and
because I'm sorry, I didn't realize that time had been chewed away so quickly.
I have a little leeway, but I do want to show you that parlor trick.
That's what I'm saying. You should teach me how to eat my arm out.
No. So can I come sit near you?
You can sit wherever you'd like. You can on the lap. Tell me what you want for Christmas.
On
Brian's laptop. You can glaze his home row. Whatever you'd like to do, Nina.
Okay.
Something's happening here. Do we need Price is Right theme music for this, or do we need because we got it.
Well, I know your hand. I'm sorry.
Should Bria be involved in this or no?
No.
No, don't get any
Or-
involved. What are you
Can
crazy?
she at least can she sit and watch?
Of course
Is
she
that-
can. She certainly can.
Oh yeah,
No,
come
can,
over.
Can you do
come
it over
and
here
watch.
so we can get a cross shot, Bria?
Yeah,
please?
come over.
You know how
don't,
TV
don't make her do it. Don't make her do it.
No,
I
this is
know.
this is how we role play. She always acts like she doesn't want me to film her.
She pooped her pants.
And then I put the camera across the room and she doesn't know that I still am. This is how she gets off. Trust me.
she had some bad fish.
Let me just drape a towel over one of her eyes
and if-
so it
and
looks like the
honestly,
camera lens.
If that really is if that is really somebody's trip, I grew up in the 70s, so if it is honest to goodness your consenting adult pleasure to do this, I am down for it. And my secret is, if really it's okay with you, then my discomfort's my shit to handle, and I get to go sit in a corner and suck my thumb and figure out what the fuck's going on. And that
so many questions about that we'll have to have you back for a longer form thing. But okay,
no.
okay, all right.
Where's some Chardonnay?
I know your hands are clean.
No,
but this is.
I don't know what
so,
I said then.
I do. So now, ladies and germs, I am taking hand sanitizer.
So step one is Purell her vagina.
No,
Put just a gob of it right on there and really massage it in.
No.
Should
So
we
this is-
Febreze
so
it,
this-
OxyClean it? What should we do? What should I be putting in there? What gets it going?
How do you handle him? Oh my God! No, this is just because it's your hand. So,
Okay.
so let's say. Can work both ways. So let's say I'm a lady person and I am trying to pick you up at a bar and I want to teach you a parlor trick and see if you're man enough to go home with me.
Okay.
So I would probably tell you, you know what, go home, go to the bathroom, come back, wash your hands, come back, and then sniff his hand to make sure that they're wet and they're soapy. And then take the hand sanitizer and do it again because you are going to put your mouth on.
Okay.
So I can either say to you, I'm
Yes,
going to
Nina
show you
Hartley.
exactly how I like to have my pussy eaten.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. How do I describe this sensation here? If you have just taken your first shot of Patron and someone hands you a lime, and you make sure you get every ounce of that lime liquid out
Oh, that is a
to
really-
the point where
No, that's good.
Yeah.
See, he's smart.
or
No, I'm trying to figure out how to explain
or
that.
I just fisted a squid.
No, fisting a
no,
squid.
okay, no. I think it was like you took a shot and there was more sucking than licking, which is
Yes.
that's-
Ding, 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 ding. And why is this, boys and girls? Because
And by the way, I fucking finished. I ruined these pants.
And
that
also,
was
and so, gentlemen, if you want to, you want to do something that a lady might actually let you go home with her, you can, if you've had a drink with her, go wash your hands, come back here, do the same thing, rub her hand, and look her right in the eye, and do that to her hand, and if you can do that right, she'll go, you know what? I would like to go home now because. The reason
I'm ready to go. I'm grabbing my car keys. You can finish this, Brian.
The reason it's sucking more than licking is because a clit is a phallus is a phallus is a phallus.
Right.
And what's really fascinating about the human body is way back when you're just starting to become more than 8 cells. At 6 weeks of development, the ovaries or the testes start to become three-dimensional things inside. So the
Very tiny three-dimensional
But the
things.
differentiation between the genders is starting to happen. At 4 weeks of development, the little nerve bundle that's going to become the phallus starts to happen. So our capacity for pleasure predates our gender. It's just humans are made to like rubbing against
Right.
things. That's what they're made to do.
Yeah.
Now my phallus is visible phallus is about a half an inch, and they go all the way from they go all the way from an eighth.
Mine's about a half inch as well.
They go all the way from an eighth of an inch to 12 inches, with the average range for people identifying as female in the 1/4 to 1.5 inch range, and for the average length of phalluses for men, being male is between 5.5 and 7, but there's a range. But a phallus is a phallus is a phallus, and so the sucking it. So I tell guys, well, suck on our vulva the way you like. You're not yet hard cock sucked.
Right.
Or when you pull on your soft cock and grab it by the head and stretch it, and then do that little wrist rock.
The Stretch Armstrong, yeah.
Yeah, well, do that on her bits. Now you're not going to pull it apart, but rubbing your palm over her pubic bone while you grab her lips and tug is the same thing because it goes to the same part of the brain.
This is not fair. I have so many because I always thought you were just supposed to rub your forearm against it as hard as you could, like you were trying to start a fire, like just create a small spark.
I have been blessed to have had sex with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of women, most of which and eventually got off. God bless the Hitachi magic wand.
Yeah, how are we supposed to compete with that shit? You guys have KitchenAid mixers that are...
No, you don't compete. You add. You bring it along. You provide her with the extension cord and a fresh condom over the tip. It is a labor-saving device. It was designed to be a labor-saving device. It was designed by doctors to save them work.
I guess so. Then, is that romantic? If I strap a condom on a magic wand and toss it to her across the couch during Shark Tank, and I'm like, finish the job.
It could be for some people.
Okay.
Could be. It depends on your agreement. So, anyways.
Because my forearm gets raw.
So the secret to chicks is when in doubt, you supply pressure, she'll supply movement. So when in doubt, stop what you're doing. Lay your torso on her crotch, lay your thigh between her thighs, put your hand in the back of her head, make a fist in her hair, pull her head back and nibble her neck and let her grind on you. When in doubt, let her grind on you. It's not rocket science.
Bria wants to jump your bones right now. I could see she is a gazelle at the strip club watering hole right now.
When in doubt,
and it is insane.
When in doubt, let her use you as a sex toy. If you give your partner approval and permission, if a woman feels safe and beautiful with you, she will go to the mat. Because when people think, oh, he wants me to be like a porno star, what quote-unquote like a porno star is a woman who is owning her desire for sex and saying, this is what I want it now. Now,
right.
What she may be asking for in the movie it's a movie, it's a cartoon, it's like World Wrestling Federation. It's not real.
Right, she doesn't want to get hit with that folding chair. It's for dramatics.
But if you're like a porn star, you're able to say, oh my God, take your cock and rub it on my clit without going...
Yeah, Brian, stop doing that.
No, it took me a long time to learn how to say these things and not go, oh, that sounds so stupid.
Right.
But you don't if.
It's like guys who are too timid to, like,
would you suck my balls, please? Is
No.
it okay?
No.
Would you just get the first knuckle in, maybe?
you can't. You gotta just demand it.
The secret to dirty talk is to not. A lot of what's said against porn is designed to make women feel. It's designed to keep women feeling helpless, scared, and oppressed by it, and oppressed by the desire of their male partner. But for a heterosexual woman, she wants to be desired by her male partner, so that sets up a real weirdness. So the secret to dirty talk and to having a successful time is men are conditioned by porn to want to see the female have an orgasm. They may not know half the time they're fake, but they still want to see her come.
Sure.
So you don't tell him what you think he wants to hear, what quote unquote sounds sexy. Tell him what he needs to know. Ooh, to the left. And just don't bark.
Pretend we're in the Death Star trench, and you need to get this shot on point.
And then sound like Marilyn Monroe. Just say what's to. Don't bark it. It's not it's not Arlie Ermy. To the left. But it's like just say what's true. And guys will they'll break their jaw trying to please you because they really do. Any guy worth being in bed with wants you to have a good time. And if he doesn't care about your good time, ladies, kick him to the curb and find a guy who may not, I've had so much sex with people who are not conventionally handsome because good sex, and this is where I'm going to sound like a fucking conservative Christian, good sex is a human connection. It may be a one-time thing. A one-night stand can be meaningful and can be a real connection. A 20-year relationship of monogamy can be really real and deep. We have to decide, but for me, sex has no meaning. We decide what meaning it's going to have every time we have it. Mm-hmm. Is it just fun? Is it what are we agreeing here? So consent is not the absence of no. Consent is a statement of shared intention. We're here just to bonk. I'm here to show you a righteous hand job. I would like to see your cock, and if I like it, jerking it, maybe next time we'll fuck.
Right, because and mostly dudes are listening to this, and they're going like, look, I just want to pick a girl up at the bar or get her behind the bleachers on prom night.
I can't help you there.
Well, but if that's the case, if that is your statement of intent with someone and they're into that, that is going to be the best time ever.
And then you cannot shame her later for being a slut.
Right. Wow, damn it. I don't want to get...
I'll never come back. I'll never come back.
No, just normally the sentence ends at, I'll never come, and that's it. And the blankets get thrown off, and I'm like, well, I'm not paying then.
No,
Fuck you.
see, that is why they taught you magic wand. There's a great book.
Oh, I don't mind I'll throw a Roomba on her vagina. I don't mind.
No.
I'll call RoboCop in to give her some anal because
some
I'm not
girls-
threatened by that. I'm all
Good.
for it.
No, because first, what does a vibrator get you? It gets you a woman having an orgasm in your bed. Sweet.
Right.
And it lets you sit back and watch.
It gets me back to
Sweet.
Half-Life quicker. I can go
And-
back to Call of Duty if she's done.
Right. Or that's what I like. What I like with girls is if you're done,
Mm-hmm.
you just lay them in your lap. So your stuff is resting on them, and you're holding their boobies, and they're working the toy, and then it's like talk about live porn. It's awesome, awesome. Be a masturbation facilitator.
I am coming to your parties, literally and figuratively. We are gonna figure
Random,
this out.
random,
Can we do
randomscrew.com.
Let me know when your next one is. I'd love to do a live podcast.
We haven't started yet, but that's a deal.
I'm serious.
Would
Your
you
first
ever-
one.
Would you ever rent out like a restaurant, just have a random screw at like a restaurant?
We would
I
certainly,
know where you're going with this, and the answer is yes.
I want to have sex at the Olive Garden, and I think if we rented it out for at night as a convention, we could probably get away with it.
Breadsticks.
Because of the culture being the way it, wouldn't that be nice? Because the culture is the way that it is. Once you take off your clothes, everything gets, the rules change
Right.
because they assume that you're pigs and we're victims. Again, with the, assuming that you're a jerk and I don't want to be here.
Right.
And it's like, no. Some women are like this. And that's why we're here. I was not made to be. I'm made to be an auntie. I'm not made to have kids. No.
Okay, Brian, get some music ready to go. I can't because I had 12 different lists of questions and
We'll
stuff
work
that
our
we're
way
gonna
through them.
we're gonna get through it, and then when you have your first party,
Absolutely.
we want
Oh
a
my
podcast
goodness,
from that.
it'd be fantastic.
Follow you on Twitter at Nina
At
Land.
Nina Land, Nina.com.
Thank you for
Kevin!
making my hand pregnant. Keep the music going. I'm going to say goodbye to you, Nina, and then we'll do a second half of this podcast.
Oh, how fun are you?
What was that, Bria? Are you hopping on?
I can't hear you.
All right. Well, if you feel like it at some point, feel free to hop on the mic.
Please hop on.
We got started late. We had a special guest at the top of the madness. So I really feel like I was just starting to get going with Miss Nina Hartley. But what an interesting cat! I love her. She's amazing. I really feel like we scratched the tip of the surface of an iceberg.
No, we didn't because we had gloves on the whole time.
We did.
And we didn't even get.
Well, I didn't even get a chance to ask because that's interesting to me that Nina would say that in the videos that she's in control, she wears the gloves, but in the ones where she's not, she doesn't. And I mean, isn't that kind of hypocritical to say it's paramount and it's ultra important? And I didn't get a chance to ask that because I had to have cunnilingus performed on my hand. And I'll tell you what, I'm okay with not having the time to ask that because that felt crazy.
You didn't see the video of that, but there's so many still photos going to be coming from that when you did that.
What, of her sucking on the hand?
Memes. There's going to be so many memes of that.
God bless it. That was
the face that she was giving. It was like that.
She. You think she was tickling her small intestine with her fists? So that's the face that she was making?
Dude, that's why she asked for the paper. Remember she asked for paper towels at the beginning?
Yeah. Right before we got started, she asked for paper towels. No, why?
Did you see that?
What, was her drool coming down or something?
When she did that, she fucking squirted all over her pants and she put the paper towels in between her legs.
No.
I swear to God. And then she put her coat on top of her jeans.
No.
The whole interview, dude. You did not see that.
No.
Why do you think she asked for the paper towels at the beginning?
God bless her. Are you going to sign up for her site?
Dude, I hope it's on video.
You going to go to her parties?
Yeah, I'm going.
Are you really?
Dude, I'm going.
I think we need to do a podcast from one of those.
Why not?
We have to.
Why not?
Nina, it's crazy that, there's a handful of people who, I've heard similar answers from adult film stars before that are friends of mine about why they're in the business and why they do what they do and how confident and comfortable with themselves as they are. And I some of them I don't believe, to be completely honest, to be totally candid. Nina, I absolutely believe that woman, 110%.
Yeah.
That she that is her being. This is her path. She's on it. She's loving it, and she's so. I love how eloquent she is when it comes to describing something that does give people the giggles.
I wish I could hear what Joe was thinking the whole time he was here. He was just like, "What the heck is he doing?" It sounds like Joe Diaz, probably.
What you think? Do you think Joe? I mean, clearly Joe has finished to Nina Hartley before.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they used to date, probably. Yeah, that's what it was weird for him. He's like, "Oh, Nina,
it's you again."
How's it going?
Right. It was interesting telling friends and that I had this podcast tonight, and they, who's the guest today? And I'm like, oh, it's Nina Hartley. And some people go, oh, cool. And I don't think it clicked at who Nina was. But I was really shocked at the amount of people and the age and the diversity of people that immediately had their cartoon jaw hit the floor with the eyes bulge out. Oh my God, Nina Hartley? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like immediately lit up.
Oh, that's like a classic. That's like a Pac-Man.
Yeah, no, she's an Atari classic. She is
Atari classic.
Her pussy makes Galaga noises.
Yeah, it's kaboom.
You, speaking of the video gaming, you probably still haven't turned on your Wii U in weeks.
I haven't turned it on since the first day I had it. Still, I saw it the other day. And I'm like, no.
Have there been any announcements? Anything new? Any new downloads?
I haven't even checked. I just don't even care.
Oh wow, you're so defeated. You're so defeated.
I am, man. I think there's something where something hit me recently where I'm really hard. I don't have time for video games anymore. I'm getting.
Are you getting professional? Are you getting all grown up and busy?
I'm getting up like, all right, I could either play video games or I can leave my house and try to like meet somebody or hang out or do comedy or like, I feel like it's almost like I'm lazy. Like the lazy thing is getting to me. Like I feel like I'm lazy if I play.
Well, were you using video games as a distraction from accomplishing things, or?
No, I just like video games a lot.
Well, so then fucking play some video games.
I don't know, man. It
just put a glove on.
I feel like instead of doing video games, I could do so much more. Like I'm like obsessed. I'm becoming a Japanese businessman. I think that toxic shit got to me.
You're diddling girls on subway trains?
No, I think that toxic waste, and that's what it is. It's becoming. I think the government put a toxic chemical in there during that last earthquake to make you a Japanese businessman more, so that so that more people would work. And I think I became a part of their experiment by mistake by going.
You're losing your mind. You are losing your mind. You've clearly
I just made that shit up right there. I have no idea what's.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Red Band off the top of the dome. The freestyle lulls just rolling. Bria, do you want to hop on this? Yeah, she doesn't want to. Bria Grant came in today, and she was very sweet. She wanted to meet Nina Hartley. I promised I wouldn't embarrass her. I think I accomplished that mission. I likely only embarrassed myself throughout that entire thing. But I was searching because I thought you were going to a microphone, but you're not. Okay, that's fine.
Did you see Cabin in the Woods?
Which microphone do I get?
Right over there would be great.
Yeah, right across. Did you see Cabin in the Woods, Kev?
Is that the no?
It's really good.
Was it Cabin Fever, where the one where the guy's leg broke out into like crazy leg herpes, and he was scratching him like mad?
Yes.
Was that Cabin Fever?
I don't know. I didn't see Cabin.
Okay.
Cabin.
Now, why are we talking about Cabin in the Woods? Were you in Cabin in the Woods?
No, I'm not in that.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
I don't know if I should know that. Should I know that? I've gone through your IMDb. I've seen your star meter.
I'm sure you have.
How's your star meter?
It's good.
Is it good?
Yeah, it is.
Does the
good.
star meter even matter? Is it really a thing? Like, are jobs happening or not happening because of someone's star meter?
I am. I get impressed with people's star meter. Like I meet
Really?
someone and I'm like, then
For those who don't know, IMDb has a thing called a star meter that
I think it may be only on IMDb Pro. Am I crazy?
No,
I think you can view other people's star meters. I think, and based off projects and press releases and announcements.
It's actually all news stuff. It's like
okay,
basically
news
stuff.
stuff. It gives you a score, a star meter. So it's based off how many mentions. Yeah, exactly. It's so weird. Well, I mean, it's the same thing as clout for Twitter users and power Facebookers, which gives you a number to assign to your self-worth based off how many people you influence or talk to. So it's the same
guess
thing.
so,
But I mean, is there anybody like, get her in the picture? Her star meter is off the graphic.
I got that call yesterday, actually. From a man with a giant cigar and like a pork pie hat called me. From
I'm going to put you in the picture films.
you have to be a member because
You
I
do have to
can't
be a
see my.
member?
Oh wait.
No, there it is.
Oh, I'm down 658 this week.
Yeah. What does that even mean? You're down.
Let me up.
Hey, listen, bro. It's the economy. It's Obama. Everybody's star meter dropped about 10 points once Obama got into office again.
All right.
Let's pull up
Nina
Bria.
Hartley,
Let's see
can I
Bria's
just say
star
Nina
meter.
Hartley, she made me like nervous because she kept looking out.
Nina wants to bang you.
Well, not just me. I think she probably looks at everyone like a little like
Well,
she was giving me all this advice right before she left, and I was like, okay, and I felt like I should be writing it down. and I was like, okay, and she's like, you know what, if you want, and I was like, okay, great, and it was just like made me really.
Well, she was doing that even when I came into the room. You guys were in the middle
were
of a
in the
boot camp.
chat. We were
She
chatting.
unfolded a chalkboard and was drawing
No.
diagrams.
But she was like on a date, and she was like 10. I was like, okay, great, and I felt like I should like.
Do you feel like she was trying to indoctrinate you into a swinger lifestyle at all, or like
No.
pitching it as a no?
No, I think like her whole thing. I told you this. This is why like I know who she is because I studied her because in
You used to
college-
be a shaved head feminist anarchist,
Yeah,
which, by the way, not a joke.
that's definitely that's all right.
No, I love it because
not a
Brian's
joke.
like, that's a random joke to
No,
make. It's the
not a joke.
truth.
No, it's not a joke.
And you know about her because she was a feminist as well.
Yeah, and I was a women's studies major in college, or minor, of course.
Right.
And so, you study Nina Hartley because she she knows about all this kind of.
So what did you think finally meeting her?
I know, I'm like still flustered because I like know who she was.
Did she turn you on? Did she
and
get
just,
to
like,
you at all?
I came in and I was like, oh, just so I know, I'm a fan. I know who you are. And she's like, you're my demographic. And then she went into it. And I was like, oh, okay, great. And it made me so nervous. I'm like flustered.
Why?
I don't know because it was because she was like giving me all this. I don't know. It was just nerve wracking.
Well, do you?
She's a little bit of like a rock star in like that.
She
world.
absolutely. I'm telling you that.
And just regularly, like she kind of sat here and like owned everything and like basically, and then she.
Oh, she attached strings to me and pulled them, and then was like, "Sweetheart, I'm gonna blow your hand, squirt on this office chair, and I got a thing in 5." So later, the best part was she had asked. I told you this. She was asking if there was going to be cameras or if this was an audio only podcast, and I was like, "No, we do have some cameras, but it's mostly audio." And she goes, "Oh, well, I'll wear my makeup from set." And I thought about that for a second, and I was like, and then a follow-up email came in about 30 seconds later that said, "Don't worry, I'll make sure it's not a pop shot at the end." And I'm just like, I told her not to worry. I would have residual pop shots on my face from the morning.
Sure.
But I just love that she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come right from the set. I'm gonna shoot a scene, and I'll be there." And then she's out because she has to go feed her man.
I know.
What a woman.
Hey, Bria, I
What
didn't know
a
you were
woman.
a top 5,000, and your star meter
Oh!
is up 745 this week.
Here I am.
It's because you changed your shirt on the Pointless
No, that's
podcast.
not why.
It's the Dexter dip. That's what it is.
That's not
Dexter
why.
dip.
How do you feel now that on Instagram photos and on Twitter people put hashtag Dexter tip?
Yeah, fuck you, Kevin.
That's kind of awesome. I giggle
Why'd you
every
steal
time I
that
see
arm, though? Seriously, that was rude. I mean, seriously.
I don't write the shows. I'm just on.
Come
I have to
on.
Was
tell
it a
you
whole
something
arm or
about
wasn't it just a
television.
hand?
It was just
No,
well,
it was like
a
a
arm.
Was it
here.
an arm?
like this much
Yeah.
of a thing, and it was fake. It's totally fake. It's made up.
I used to watch Dexter just like I used to watch Heroes. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Have you been following it? Have you?
I haven't been. I haven't. I don't. Once I'm on a show, I don't watch it anymore because
Because it's never going to be as good again. That's what she tells me behind closed doors.
Ruined because then I'm like, oh, there's no like I know where that is, and that's on like the Gower Studios, and it's whatever. It just
it ruins it, kind of.
Yeah, it's not that fun anymore.
Right.
I always quit watching shows.
Oh,
after
that sucks.
So the star
That's
meter
the idea
thing
we're
is this an epidemic now?
What is?
The star meter?
Why?
Like I'm fascinated by the star meter. Are like other actresses comparing their star meters to others, or?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Really?
I think so. I mean, not in like an obsessive way, but it's like a way of like in the same way, like maybe Twitter followers, maybe is
Okay,
a good example
yeah.
for you. But it's like mine went up this
Maybe
week.
it's
and
a
I
good
noticed
example for
'cause
you, a non-actor with an
you, since you
IMDb
don't-
star
I
rating.
don't know what your star meter is. Maybe it's probably not the top 5,000. I don't know. Is it
Oh,
not?
let's see it. Star meter fight.
Let's see.
No. I
This
think
will
it's-
decide who's the big spoon tonight.
It's like the kind of thing like let's say you're a big shot producer and you're
What do you mean? Let's say you're a big shot producer. All right,
Holy
let's say.
shit,
let's say what? What is it terrible?
Kevin doesn't.
Oh,
will you,
no. Dude, not only are you in the top,
Uh-oh.
but you're also up 2,600.
What? And look at that photo. It's me in a Jedi mullet from Comic-Con.
Up 2,601.
wow.
What does that mean?
So he probably
What does that
needs to, like, some
mean?
news or something come through.
Well,
or something.
sure, but what is if you click on the 2001 what? Stardust points?
Yeah,
Like, can I
hacker
redeem
friend
these
points.
for airfare?
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
No.
That's hacker points, friend
it's like-
points.
I'm all up in this. I'm all up in the star meter. I guess you're putting on some hardware tonight, sweetheart. I win.
It's fine.
Little spoon
I know,
for me.
I know. It's not really that important.
Yeah, the picture
It's
is
not important now
amazing.
that yours is super high.
I actually-
now it's not important at all. Just so you know, it's not important.
It's kind of a joke,
And
actually.
It's stupid. Just so you know,
Actors
it's really
joke
dumb.
about people who
It's
have high
dumb,
star
and
meters.
So yeah, so
You know, your star meter is going to go through the the stratosphere. I don't know. Is there a galaxy analogy? Your star meter is going to shoot.
the Milky Way.
Sure. Yep. It's going there because in January your film will be premiering at Slam Dance.
That's true. That's true.
It's called Best Friends Forever.
Yeah, that's true.
Written and directed and starring Miss Bria Colleen Grant.
That's true. That's true. I don't have anything else to
I was
say. That's
putting the
why I
ball
was
on the
up.
promotional team.
Yeah, I'm not good at that.
Ball on tee, swing.
That's why my star meter's up, though, I think, because there was some news about it. And I was really excited.
Well, are you excited about the whole process, or are you slammed and stressed?
I
and
am. Actually,
crazed?
it's funny. My producer was texting me the whole time you were here,
Mm-hmm.
saying, like, because she's at something where they're telling her about what we're supposed to be doing. She's like, we need to get this in place. And we're doing a lot of it, but it's like, as you know, I'm working all day trying, because we didn't actually finish the film yet. So we have to do that. And then we also have to do things like, just like all this boring stuff that seems like it'd be exciting, but it's not, like hiring a publicist and a sales agent. And
That doesn't seem like that'd be exciting at all.
oh, well,
Why? What part of that sounds exciting?
it seems like it'd be exciting to be like, I'm going to go do an interview. Like, and when,
That
like,
part, yes, but not the hiring of the person who's
Right.
going to get you that interview. I could
guess
see that
that's
being
true.
a pretty mundane process.
I don't
but
know when you were like imagining. Let's take your let's take
take me back to when I was a 6-year-old girl in a tree
No,
house.
I was gonna say like when you're age 20 and you were like, which was how many years ago? Oh, it's 10 almost, huh?
Almost 10. Yeah. So,
How
which
do
is
you
a
feel about that?
what about turning 30?
Yeah.
I feel great. I feel great.
Good.
Yeah, I haven't researched methods of suicide, not at all.
Oh.
No, I totally feel good about it. 30 is going to be it's going to be another year, but I feel like we have to get back to your story.
No, let's talk about you turning 30.
Do you wanna-
'Cause we
really?
actually
You wanna
won't be
get
able
into
to, because you're not gonna have another podcast. for
Probably
the end of the
not.
year.
No, I want to do another one because I feel like this one was really short and I want to have like a nice
Okay.
in-depth meaty conversation. But turning 30 is not a big fucking deal. You just have everybody around you asking you what a big deal it's going to
I
be
know.
and putting expectations upon you. I know you know because it was what you 4 or 5 years ago? 5?
Yeah.
You have everybody around you peppering you with how are you going to make this the biggest blowout ever? How is this going to be the moment of your life? You only turn
Oh.
30 once and then it's all uphill from there. And you know,
That's
it's sort
not
of
what
like
they ask women. Women, they're like, "How do you feel?" But if everybody gets this really concerned look on their face,
Oh,
and they're
but
like,
that happens as well,
How do you
but
feel?
definitely,
do you feel,
yeah.
Are you nervous?
And
Are
you
you?
don't-
Are you worried about your career? And I'm like, God, am I old? I didn't know I was
Sweetheart,
so
I'm sorry.
old.
I didn't notice a ring on the finger or a baby in the belly. I mean, are you sure you want to turn
do you feel
30?
about your wrinkles?
Are you sure you want to?
Yeah,
Those crow's feet are they're gonna look distinguished.
No one asked me if I was having a party. They were just like, "Oh, how do you? Are you worried about your career?" A
Well, I've
little
got
bit? I'm
both.
like,
I've got like, oh, you're 30. That means your knees are going to fall apart and you're going to start farting a lot, which that happened at 28. And then I've also got, are you doing the big party and the big blowout? And it feels like women, I believe, wholeheartedly have it harder in society, in American society, when they turn 30. I'm not saying I have it worse.
yeah, it's rough.
It's not a competition because if it was like the star meter, I would still win. But but I do feel like it has been an attack, like a multi-front. I've been flanked by turning 30 because not only do I have you're turning 30, you're going to be an old man. It's never going to be like it was. But I also get the bro. Are you going to Colombia to fuck whores and do rails? Like, what are you going to do? How are you going to make this thing? And
Gross.
I just want it to be another year.
Right,
I want it to be
yeah.
another year. I'm
I
going to
think
celebrate it
that's
with
right.
Nina. You're gonna do
You're on the
Patron
website
shots and
and,
suck
like,
on lime. Yeah. What
yeah,
is
and
it?
they're gonna-
Screw? Find a screw? Bang a screw? Screw a nail?
Yeah, and you're just gonna
What's
remember
her
to
site?
suck on the.
Now,
I
would
learned
you-
so much in this day today and
telling
tonight?
you.
I learned so much. I just sat there back there and was like,
She has a great video. I really.
I looked like this.
I did a huge. This episode is a disservice to the listeners, and I apologize. I always get a little insecure and self-deprecating about these podcasts toward the end, but. She needs 3 hours
I know.
to discuss everything because she is a fountain of knowledge and sexuality.
She was saying stuff to us right when, like she was like, it was
She is a
amazing.
veritable
Fountain.
a hydrant, if you will, like an Oldsmobile
after a car
crashed into a fire hydrant. She is a fire hose of knowledge.
She's all rusty socks.
She squirts it right on you. No, but would you ever go to like one of those swinger events? Not even to, and forget our current relationship,
I
which I
know.
know is easy for
Wait.
you. Is that something that you
We
would
were
ever
walking over
do?
here. I was like, Kevin, don't bring me on the show and don't ask me anything that's going to be embarrassing to me.
Is
What
this-
is happening at this exact? Brian, what is happening right now?
Stop him asking embarrassing questions.
Would I ever go to a what? What is the question? What is the question?
You ever pooped yourself?
Yeah, that's. will you poop yourself right now?
Right now.
Will you please?
$5.
But do it into that shot glass. If you do it, it's got a little milk in it. It's fine. It's got milk.
Do it in the towel.
No, it was. Would you go to one of those parties just to be one of the couples that she? And I'm not asking because I want to. I'm asking because I'm curious.
Like,
would
just
you
out
be
of
one of the
curiosity.
couples that go to hang out and have a drink and see other people who are either going to fuck or are going to talk about fucking?
Maybe. I mean, like it would be interesting to see. I would want to know who's there.
That is a yes.
The same way, like I was like, ask Nina Hartley what her husband looks like and what he does, and like I wanted to know because I always do want to know these questions, right? And I ask these a lot where I want to know who goes to that kind of thing, what the other person.
What are
they're
they doing?
dating.
What was the smell? What was the lighting
I
like?
wanna
What
know-
songs were playing?
Yeah, and so
Wow,
I
you're
would
an
be interested.
investigator.
Yeah.
I just like to know. I like to know that kind of stuff.
What are you pulling up?
Yeah, what is
What is
that?
this?
Oh, investigation reports.
Oh,
What?
It's exciting.
What the fuck?
Would you want to go to one of those?
I don't know. You know, I have in the past. I've like toyed with the idea of going to that. I have friends that go to those things, and they're like the big events, the invite only, or you got to send a picture first or pay
yeah.
a crazy fee. Like there's all variety of them going on in this town. And I've thought about it, but I feel like ultimately no, because if I wanted to, I could have, and I've had opportunities to, and I've never done it. So
Right.
I probably it's like skydiving.
But see, the pay ones, like if they're like fancy and stuff, then I feel like it'd be really weird people there. Like the more fancier they got, I feel like we're walking to like Eyes Wide Shut. So then
Right.
you're like walking into like one, and
You want to go to one
and
that's
then
happening in a
someone-
van behind a coffee
Then
bean.
someone like kills me that night, and they're like, "Well, she paid $1 billion," like, and you know, or whatever.
She showed
and
up
then
to the
that's-
bloodletting.
Yeah, and that was like that's what happened.
So you don't want a mask or anything like that. You want a sawdust and peanut shells on the floor kind of joint.
Well, no, I don't want that one
And
either.
biker chicks
Maybe
riding on
maybe
pool
not interested.
tables.
Well, the masks
What
sound
do you
exciting.
want?
The masks sound exciting. This is what it's like to date me.
I'll rent a hookah bar. What do we need to do?
No,
The
I
point
don't
is,
need
I want Brian to watch, and if we can do it now,
It's just the three of us.
it's all I want.
Is that okay, Brian?
That's all I want in this world. What was
Is
that?
okay?
That was a shot of Bria Grant from.
Jesus.
It's robots and stuff.
What is this,
yeah.
Bria?
This is something I did a long time ago. It was like
A lot of
these
blue
guys
lights
made
in that
this-
dorm room.
It was like supposed to be a mock like Friday Night Lights or like a teen show, and
Okay.
it was like they made fun of them.
Oh, was it good?
I can't say that I watched it.
So do you do a lot of stuff that you just never, like you did it, it's done, you leave, you never see it again. You don't care.
Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes I have done clearly.
Well,
Clearly
but-
I do that all the time.
No,
actually.
no. You've done that, but I'm curious. Do you know going into it? This isn't one that I'm going to watch when it's done.
No, I just don't. I probably just don't think about it. I think it's really busy. I don't know. This is this person who directed that hates me right now.
I don't know. Someone sent me an email. I said yes.
Well, and you know, one of my really good friends is on that. My friend Kathy was on that show. It's called Valley Peaks, and she was like, "Will you come in and do this thing?" And I was like, "Totally." And it was funny.
Is the director mad at you because you promote his film with things like I don't know, I can't say that I watched.
Well, it's not a film. It was a web
is the
series.
web
It was like a web
series. Yeah,
series. I don't know why that makes a difference.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not a
you're
film.
right. You're
it's
right.
not important. It's a web series. I'm just kidding.
That's barely going to move the star meter. That's barely going to get it out there.
No, yeah, they probably hate me because I promoted it. Like that was a long time ago. That was like three
I just did a random video. I was just.
I love that.
Oh,
I love that that's out there. But no, like, because I'm always fascinated. Because
I was scared you pulled up a different random. I was like getting a little. There could be all sorts. There's nothing.
don't.
Crazy.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Don't give him a challenge.
I'm
You
not-
can't throw that Bing dog a bone because
no,
he'll
no.
start photoshopping shit.
No, I saw the fart on set one already. I wasn't gonna play that.
When
one.
is that?
That was great when you had the cake under your butt.
That's
Cake farts.
It's not me.
If you haven't
It's
seen
not-
Cake Farts, it's
Nope,
Brienne.
guys.
It's her first web
Guys,
series.
that's
It's just
not
a
me.
web series though. It didn't
Boys,
it didn't
that
move
would not be
things.
me.
Didn't move the needle.
All right.
Here it is.
Oh, what are we doing?
This is her fart.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not.
Grant, and I'm here to talk to you
Oh.
about zombies versus
Oh, that's something I
robots.
wrote.
What is this? You fart during this video?
No, I don't know
You're
what.
right.
Is
He's
a
he's
story
gonna
written
he's
by
trying to make a noise, but he's having a lot of
yeah.
trouble doing it.
Yep. I heard the fart though, so clearly,
Yeah, that's
clearly
right.
you did.
Yeah.
Brian, did that just happen as well?
Yeah.
Was that in the moment?
That's good.
Um,
You guys are the entertainers tonight.
It's
here.
we're something. We're something. Look, they can't all be home runs.
Look. I'm gonna just say it again.
Down on
I was
yourself.
really.
I am.
Can we talk about that for a
I
second?
am. I am.
Is
I
that,
am.
That's a real thing,
Can
right?
everybody
Oh,
write
yeah,
Kevin
it's a
tweet
real
right now
thing.
telling him that you like the podcast,
Please
or don't,
stop.
or if you don't, tell him you don't like the podcast. I think that would be good.
No, people are actually they're always super supportive.
I
It's
know
always
they are.
fine. It's
I
always
know,
fine.
and
Yeah.
I know, but you don't listen.
Do you
to
lick
that.
your hands a lot?
Do I what?
You lick your hands
I
a lot?
suck between the thumb and the index finger.
You do,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yeah, why?
I could tell.
Love it. I
Do you
love
feel
it.
like that's the most sensitive place? Why do you think she chose that? I'm just fascinated about everything that
Because I
happened
think
in the
it's as close to a vaginal lip on the dude as you could get. I think because if you're gonna make a fake vagina, you're gonna do it with the webbing between your fingers.
I'm gonna say that if a guy did
And
that
that
to
got
me in
in
a bar, I would not be happy.
Yeah, well, but I don't know. Is that true?
Yeah, it is true. It is true. I would be like, oh, that's cool, and then I would leave. It would be the same way I reacted to that web series. It'd be okay.
I feel like if I would have tried that, at like a Comic-Con or at an E3 or at something like that, that clearly would have led to.
With me?
Oh yeah, right
No.
away.
Really?
Right away. Well, should I tell the story of what?
No.
No, we shouldn't.
Don't tell him now.
Yeah, second knuckle. It was like
not-
filling it to
none of
the.
that.
It was like filling it to the line on Double
Guys.
Dare.
Kevin, the longer I know you, the more I know you're going to write a book one day
Yeah.
and live on an island.
Why am I going to live on the island?
Because every podcast now, you're like, oh, I can't tell this story.
Yeah, no, I know that's true. Well, the problem is
You know
that
a lot of shit, bro.
I'm pretty. Yeah, I do. I do have a fair amount of tales tucked away. Not just
Yes.
about you, but about a lot of people.
Yeah.
You should write fairy tales or a cartoon based
But
on.
you know what?
certain
I think that's why I get such privileged and personal information. Is that as open as I am about me in this world, I'm really good about compartmentalizing other people's laundry and other
That's
people's
good.
stories. And
That's good.
I think that's the way to be.
Have you ever told a story that you shouldn't have told about somebody? Like that you're embarrassed about now?
I don't know. You know my memory. I'm a
Right.
goldfish in a bowl, so
Right.
I literally don't remember anything ever.
Right. Nobody
Um,
was ever like, you should not have told that story about me.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Because
I'm sure there's someone screaming that right now because
Right.
they are that person, and I apologize, but I
because
don't
people
think so.
do tell you things because you communicate in life sometimes, like you communicate like on a show, like you'll like start like you'll ask people questions about
Sure.
themselves, and that's not everybody does that. I mean, not everybody asks people questions about themselves.
Right.
This is sounding really dumb what I'm saying, but I think people probably tell you a lot of private information just at like a party or something. And do you feel like that?
I don't know. I don't know that it's.
I think they do.
That I get more out of it. I don't know.
I think I did.
Well,
when I met
Candace
you.
said that on the last podcast. Candace was like, "You have a way of pulling things out of me."
You do.
Right.
You
But
do.
I don't know that maybe that's the case.
Yeah, you do. You have a way of like asking questions. I feel like we're turning this into like I'm just going to start interviewing you about.
Well, that's fine, but you're tangenting from the.
Yeah, I'm not a host, and I don't interview people for a reason.
And I'm clearly not one. I'm playing one. I put on headphones and I sit at a table and pretend that I know what I'm doing. But let's get back to the swingers thing. Because
right after this commercial.
I feel like we've drifted in topic quite a bit.
To the swing.
In this crazy independent film world, it's weird because it seems like it's really, despite everybody saying the distribution methods are here, it's never been a better time to be a filmmaker and create. Just go out on your own and fucking do it, man. Grab a GoPro and make a film that happens in a room where people mumble to each other.
Right.
Maybe Michael Cera will be in it. You'll make $1 million. Like, for every ounce of that talk that I hear, I'm also seeing, actually, it's really hard. There's bullshit hoops you have to leap through.
Right.
Even with the festival thing, like you have to commit. You can only pick one festival because you can only premiere at one festival. And the way they schedule the announcements of who's playing at a festival is to try to fuck other festivals.
Yeah,
There's
they do.
all this stuff going on, and it's like, is now really a good time to be an indie filmmaker? Should you aspire to go the traditional route of going to get premiered at something? Because you did it. This is your first one out of the gate. You wrote this, you directed this, you're starring in it, you're going through the process, but is it enjoyable? Are you fulfilled now? Or do you wish you would have gone and done a web series or not done it at all?
God, but then what if people talked about my web series? I hope no one talks about my movie like the way I just talked about that web series. That'd be really horrible. And that was a great web series, and I'm sorry I acted like that. That was horrible. Anyway.
What? No, we just gave it exposure. People are going to look
People
it
are
up.
going to look it up.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It was horrible. I should be so much more polite.
Hold on. Did you guys hear that?
She farted again?
Nope. That was the sound of the star meter rising.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you heard that.
7 farts.
Yeah.
I do think...
Right to the top. Oh, Bria.
Oh, get Nina's paper towels. So,
Wow. That was like a foghorn
What
in the
did she
night.
actually do with the paper towels?
she did that.
No, she didn't.
It's on video.
I think she wiped off your hand or something.
I think, yeah, I don't know. I was in a moment. Because at first, when she started sucking on my hand, the jokester in me was immediately, like the hamster was running on the wheel for like, this feels like, and I had a shotgun blast of inappropriate
what
things
she
to play.
did.
I'm going to.
No, show me.
But there was like a whole plethora of things, like branching past the dialogue, and then I was like, no, I really need to describe what this feeling is.
Right.
And I think I nailed it on the head. No, but I think I did. I think even she was,
loved it.
but I think that's it, and that's what she did. If you can imagine. So, do you want to give me your hand? All right.
All right.
I hate Indian food, though.
Oh my god. From the farting star meter to I ate Indian food. Now I see why Nina wanted to Purell deluge everything. All right.
Are you going to show me?
I'm gonna try. I don't know if she did this.
I feel like I'm going to be embarrassed.
You should come around so we can hear the audio of this.
No.
Okay, all right. I'm just gonna get this all very close. This is gonna be an animated GIF now. That's
Okay.
what happens to this. You know what I mean? Yeah, we can't have that.
I can't.
We can't have
do
that. I don't want that either, to be honest. I don't really need that in my
You
life.
don't? Okay.
No,
All right.
I don't. Brian, I appreciate the repositioning. I'll show you on your hand though. No, I can't.
You can't?
You can't have that around. No, I'm trying to.
Show Brian on Brian. Yeah, show Brian.
There has.
Do it. To show Brian. Okay.
I really
You
don't
want me
trust
to
his hands.
Hold the camera?
I really don't trust.
Let's do it.
What is that?
It's poopy.
Is that jelly? No, I'm not going to. I want.
Okay.
There
All
needs to be. There needs to be delineated walls of. There has to be a separation. Does there not?
Yes, Kevin. That's
Shouldn't
what I
there
say
be?
all the time. God
You're the one who
damn
wanted me
it.
to suck your hand on a podcast.
You know what?
That's the shit that tanks a star meter.
I was in-
that turns it into
in
a
the
star
moment.
meteor and it crashes into the earth and you'll never be asked to do a web series ever again.
You've got to stop with this star meters. Yes, I do think there should be a differentiation between, and I think that.
Is now a good time to be doing what you're doing?
Oh, making indie films.
Yes.
Jesus.
We don't have to talk. We don't have to talk
No,
about it
you
if you
just
want
like
to.
loop around. Yeah. No, I mean, it's awesome that there are all these. You can get a 5D. You can make a movie. You can shoot movies on iPhones. Like all sorts of crazy stuff. It's like the democratization of filmmaking. Like anyone can go make a movie. That being said, the problem is Sundance got I think like twice as many or like movies as they got last year or something like. Something crazy.
You mean submitted to it?
Submitted. I'm sorry.
Got it.
Submitted. So it was something. I want to say it was 13,000, but I could be crazy.
Okay, it's irrelevant for the
It's a
tale.
number.
Yeah.
It's a number that is large, and it's like 2 years ago they didn't get like half that many, and then like 5 years ago, you know what I mean?
So you're
Because
saying,
not as many people were
hey,
making
anybody
movies.
can do it now. Everybody's doing it,
Right.
and the signal to noise ratio has got to be way out of whack.
Right, and imagine like something like that. I mean, like they can't watch all those movies, so it's like then they are having to rely on things like, do they know this filmmaker? Do they have friends that know this filmmaker? You know what I mean? So it becomes a little bit more exclusive in an already exclusive world. Film festivals are a very exclusive world. Like, I mean, especially something like a Sundance.
But so that's why we're
Toronto.
seeing the Slam Dances, the South by Southwest, the Fantastic Fest. Now we're seeing, look,
Yeah.
there's clearly too many films for one big
Right.
film festival. So now we're having micro fests going on that are
Right,
catering
and those
to
are all
certain
still
brands.
really huge festivals
Right.
that you just named. Those
Right.
are all like, I mean, in their own right, doing the things that they do.
So, well, absolutely. But now, is that trend going to continue though? And we're going to see more smaller fests popping
There's
up
tons
that
of them.
feed that, and that's
there's
already
tons
happening.
of them. I mean, what's been awesome for us is that now that we've gotten into like a good film festival, like some smaller fests are reaching out. Like we got an email yesterday from like some festival in like Prescott, Arizona, and they're like, we want to show your movie and like stuff like that, which is really cool. And they, so they can show. Small indie films.
All right,
there
so
as
now
well.
let's get to the goods. What are you going to wear for the carpets?
Oh my God, I
when
don't
you're in
know.
Park City, I mean, have you
It's
thought? Are you going to go
amazing.
strapless? Are you going to go plaid? Are you going to
Yes,
go
it's
sequence?
really cold.
Because sequence is in.
Two sequence dresses. I don't know. I don't know. And I really, seriously, am thinking about that question. So don't fuck around.
Well,
It's important.
have you wet sealed? Have you Forever 21? Have you Bebe-Ba'd? Are you a Hollister girl? What do you got?
No,
going
it's,
on?
I'm gonna be like,
Oh, you got to
it's
see
gonna
the
be
softer
like
side of
20
series.
degrees. It's gonna be like 20 degrees
Yeah.
or colder. You're
And?
coming. Kevin's coming.
I am going to be there.
Yeah,
I'm going to be present.
You're gonna wear structure, chess king. What are you wearing?
I don't know. I think I'm going to go with 5'4" and maybe an affliction kicker, just like a little piece of flair, something that accents the whole thing. I really want to tie the wallet to the chain to the watch, and I think that's where it's at these days.
So when you
Not literally tie. I want to tie them in visually.
I like the idea of like doing a like.
I like the
a
idea of
chain
owning a
from-
pocket watch, but I just can't pull it off. I really want to have a pocket
I
watch.
think you could pull that off.
Can't be
No?
that guy. Can't do it.
Why?
Can't do
iPhone
it.
needs to
You
make
need a
one. Or
professor
Apple needs
jacket.
to make one.
Just a chain for your iPhone, and then you hold it
it's
up,
like
and it looks like a
it's like a
steampunk
nano.
watch.
It's a nano pocket watch.
You could just put a
I
nano
just
on a
bought
chain,
that
right?
idea and sold it on the internet.
Oh,
Just-
congratulations!
Damn.
And she's kickstarting it.
I just kickstarted
Grab
it.
some paper towels.
I already made
How,
$10,000.
how fun was that, stuffing Kickstarter envelopes and
It was
going through all
horrible.
that madness?
Yeah, because 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I was stuffing. We stuffed like a couple. Like by the end of that week, we stuffed a couple thousand.
Wow. Serious?
And I said to sign every poster, and we had to write thank you on everything. It was horrible.
I had to do that with the T-shirts, man. I had no idea I was going to sell so many T-shirts when I first did it. I'm like, oh, I'll just do the stickers and the
awesome,
T-shirts.
Right.
I was like, holy shit! I had to take off like a week, and I was just nonstop Foxcom in my fucking living room. it was horrible, dude. It was. I had to hire.
Did you put the mask on, and then you had a little under work lamps, and swinger sewers?
It was
and
horrible, dude.
But it's nice because it's like it's amazing what you can. You know, like we funded our post production with
$100,000, right?
Like we 80 something.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's nice that you can sell T-shirts and.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do with that money. What do you do with it?
Buy more stuff to
Yeah.
make what I do better, so I don't really get to enjoy it as much. But I'm gonna go to
And take
Thailand.
the
I think.
ladies
say,
to
maybe
the
you
O
should go,
garden.
I
like-
should go to Thailand. I
Maybe.
think.
To the O Garden. Oh, to Olive Garden.
Yeah, no, he really
What
loves.
do you
the O
order
Garden.
at Olive Garden?
Well, first I of course the breadsticks and the salad.
Sure.
And
Okay, that's the whole reason to show up.
unlimited pasta. I'll go for that immediately.
Do you?
But
You go
if-
for the unlimited pasta?
Yeah, if not, it's tour of Italy. You get a little bit of everything.
Get a little bit of a little lasagna in there, a little
Okay.
fettuccine alfredo.
But do you have to like
Chicken
finish
parmesan.
one plate of pasta before?
Oh,
you
for
can-
the unlimited.
For the
thing?
unlimited.
Yeah.
No, you can eat as much as you want. or
So you
whatever.
can be like, I would like 5 different pastas, and you bring them down.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think you have 2 at a time almost.
2 at a time.
Yeah.
That seems very
Are
gluttonous.
you trying to open a franchise, or
I was just like checking.
Well, the secret is just to
what's the, where are you going with this, Bria?
I don't know. I
Where-
just got really curious.
What's the light at the end of the tunnel here?
I don't know. I'm just curious.
It's
the
a
same
train.
way I'd be curious about the people at the
It's a
swingers
train.
party. I just want to know about the. I just want to know about it. I want to know about
What
all
would
of
be
it.
the rules if we went to one?
God damn you, Kevin.
I'm assuming. I mean, clearly there's no touching. I get that.
Yeah.
here, let me put some.
Can I
background music.
shake it at someone else?
No.
Not like violently, like in like a playful "Hey, how are you" way, like you'd tease a cat with a
Yes,
feather.
fine. You can do that.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Like right in some other girl's face, or
No,
some
that-
dudes.
you
I'm not
said-
going to limit it.
You didn't say in some other girl's
I'm
face.
I'm asking for clarification
I thought
because
you
in my
meant
head,
like shake it like a hi from
like a
across the
hello
room.
from across the room.
Yeah.
Like that's my thing when I enter, like Mr. Peanut with a cane. I'm
Yeah,
just like, oh,
and
hello.
everybody's like, that guy's here again.
Hello,
Bummer.
everybody. You
And
got my monocle and my
they all
dick
hate
out?
you.
I'm just
yeah,
swinging
they're just
it?
like, oh God, he's so lame. Swinger judgment.
I would be the lamest dude at the swinger party. That's why I couldn't go.
Why?
Couldn't go.
Because you'd
I'd
be
get-
cracking jokes.
No, I'd be crying. I would be so awkward.
You
I'd
would
be in
not
the
be
corner. I
crying.
would not
You
know
would
what
not
to do
be
with
going.
myself
You'd be
there.
very aggressive. You'd be
Nah.
but going really towards the
Oh,
butts.
aggressive, like
Yeah.
I thought you meant
Like sexually.
Like you'd be
Like,
walking
yeah,
around
yeah.
like trying to like
putting coke on
posture.
Who wants to
assholes.
fuck me now? Anybody? Because I'll put it in.
Yeah, like a biker with
Yeah.
no bike.
Just assless chaps and anger.
I meant bicycle. I didn't mean. Have you been in a gang with bicycle guys? Like I was at Starbucks the other day and there was like 12 bicycle guys.
Did they have like the shirts on and the shorts and
with the pocket the pocket shirts? Have you seen that? It's
Mm-hmm.
like a fanny pack that's built into a shirt where the pockets are in the back of the shirt and they just put their.
That's where I put my high performance gel shots, man.
Yeah.
If I need protein when I'm biking,
I
up
want
the
pocket
PCH.
shirts. That's awesome, dude. By the
You
way,
can get one, by the way.
That's,
You can get
so you
one.
don't want to. You're like, there's no commentary on the biker gang at all. It was, I want a pocket shirt.
no, I think it'd be awesome.
I
to
think
have
you could
pockets.
definitely get one if you wanted one.
I know, but that would. I need. Everyone has to do it. You know.
Oh, I see.
can't.
We could all get one together. we could all get one
we could
together.
sell. Well, we can sell. We
And then
are.
We can go to a swingers party.
We have some pointless T-shirts coming very soon that have cyborg Jesuses on
that's
them,
awesome.
and they've got all sorts of craziness. And
What colors?
well, we're still deciding. Actually,
Oh, okay.
we have some choices.
Okay.
That someone wanted a navy blue, and I said nay to the navy.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Not happening.
Why no navy?
I wanted a darker blue.
Okay.
I don't remember. I had a good reason at the time. It just didn't. This particular logo didn't look good against the navy. We are going to do a navy.
I'm a
blue.
good T-shirt connoisseur. If you need any.
Oh yeah,
tips.
you're the king of tees.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get you in on that. So we're going to sell some shirts soon. We're gonna
awesome.
make that madness happen.
Hey,
And maybe we'll sell some pocket shirts. Was the point of that?
Here's another fan-made thing. There's a stupid thing, a YouTube video I put up a long time ago. It was an Olive Garden song that I did while I was really wasted. Anyways, this guy, I posted the lyrics the other day, and he made like a song that sounds like something you would hear on the radio station, but like doing my lyrics, but redoing it. You have to listen to this.
All right.
This is a guy named Bone Cage, and it says Olive Garden Butthole. Hold on, there's too many things playing right now. Oh, I'm sorry.
Garden butthole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sorry. I just wanted to clarify.
All right, here we go.
I'm a bit hungover, won't you come with me? I'm sure you're gonna love the breadsticks and iced tea. Wait a bit extra to get the booze, baby. 'Cause when we're in the garden, we're family. Olive Garden butthole, what a perfect Sunday. Olive Garden butthole.
It's
That's fantastic.
yeah.
So what are we doing with that? What are you doing with that? What's happening?
I don't know.
No?
There's another band.
You got to do a music video for that.
There's another band called Butt Funnel. It's a band from Germany that they did a heavy metal version of the song, and they put it on their latest CD. You know, if people want to do that, that's fine. I don't give a shit. But all these people are now reusing my lyrics to the song and doing different versions.
You
of the
need
song.
a Death
It's
Squad.
amazing.
You need a music video for that madness. That is
I know.
awesome.
I know.
That's pretty brilliant.
That's why when
Can we talk about your Olive Garden date that's coming
That's
up?
what I'm talking about. Nina Hartley. She might get us into the Olive Garden. She has like the
No,
connection to
not
rent it
that
out
date.
to
The
fucking-
other
we
Olive
can
Garden
make the
date.
video.
Can we talk about that one?
What
You have a
Olive
date
Garden?
coming up.
You have a
We
date coming
both
up.
know about it. Kevin and I both know.
See,
We
look
can't
at this
talk
shit.
about it. Oh, he's
Look,
so
another
good.
example of the
It's
can I
not
talk
fair.
about
We
it?
can't cut to
No.
you. We can't cut to you going, looking really embarrassed.
Because you control.
You're going like this.
Yeah, you got into a fetal position on your chair and sucked your thumb.
And let's just ask a question. Okay,
All right.
you don't say who it's with, but are you excited about it?
Huh? Well, I do this podcast called Olive Garden Butthole, and it's where we eat at the Olive Garden. We do a podcast live. I've only done one episode so far with Dana Dierman, and the next episode we're gonna have wireless mics, so we're not like hiding.
Do we know who the guest is for the next episode?
It's a secret, but she works for the Huffington Post, and she wants Olive Garden, so I'm.
Well, that
try to get
ticks
her
all your
on the
boxes.
on the next Olive Garden Butthole episode. Followed by the new episode of Death Squad Blackout, where we drink a whole bottle of house wine in less than 5 minutes. And then it's followed by the Morning After podcast, which is, a walk to Starbucks while we live podcast. Then, maybe to her car. I'm just kidding.
Really?
But wouldn't that be crazy if I just made all these podcasts?
I was like following for a while. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
cool, weird,
Yeah.
weird.
And then you get to hear. Then you get to hear the trial.
The trial podcast.
Then you get to hear him trying to convince her to take Plan B. There's a whole. It's the Plan Cast. It's a really. He says that he's really into her, but not right now. It's just not a good time for
There's
that.
the Planned Parenthood podcast.
Yeah, there's all that
and
stuff. It's a whole lot of sniffling and Spanish.
Right.
Listen, I need to get you home.
Yeah, I gotta go.
We're gonna get you home. No more. I got to set aside more than an hour for these podcasts. That was insane. I love Nina Hartley. I
you
hope
have
she
to-
comes back. I want to chat with her longer. I'm gonna do a live cast from her first swinger event. That's gonna be a thing.
That would be crazy.
And you'll have to be a special guest on that as well.
We'll
We'll be fully clothed. It'll be fine. Brian will be on his best behavior.
Heck yeah, well.
But it'll be an interesting, and you get to ask all the questions of all the swingers that you want.
I also want to know more about her personal life.
Believe me, I was
Okay.
ready to get into that.
That was
And
what I wanted. That's
Instead,
what I wanted from Nina
we
Hartley.
had Joe being very confused,
Yeah, he was super confused.
awesome.
and that transitioned into 20 minutes. No, it was great, but we had that, which transitioned to like 20 minutes, and then I got my hand sucked. So
Yeah.
It was so funny. I can't wait to see the memes from that dude. It's gonna be some funny ass photos. You don't even know.
I can't wait. Hey, check me out on Twitter at kpereira, Pereira. You can also visit supercreative.tv. That is my company where we create all sorts of madness. We have a new Machinima series coming out very soon. There will be pointless t-shirts coming your way. You'll get to vote on some designs, and hopefully you'll buy 12 of them. And Miss Bria Grant, thank you for joining. You can find her on Twitter at Bria Grant. That's BREAGRANT. Bria Grant, yours is easy to spell. I don't know why I feel like I have to
appreciate it, then.
Yeah, and you can catch her film Best Friends Forever, Best Friends Forever at Slam Dance at Park City, or coming to VOD or a theater or a
Soon.
some screen near you. Maybe it'll be an iPad-friendly video on Amazon On Demand. Maybe
As soon as possible.
Maybe a Redbox. Dare we dream? Her star meter is rising. You will see her soon. Brian, thank you for everything,
Thank
as
you, buddy.
always, sir. Kisses, hugs, belly rubs, and we'll see you next time.
Right after we pray, holy pasta with a 5 cheese sauce, the perfect